Welcome back to Let's Play Singularity. Last time, we got the super upgraded version of the TMD. Now it doesn't use energy.
Hold on, Captain. Let me see if I can open the door for you.
Just imagine sitting at a computer desk and having the whole desk unfold like that in front of you. Holographic display, keyboard, and mouse and everything. Still think the Singularity broke containment. Oh, look at the colors around the edges. From dust ye came, from dust ye shall return. I feel like Spider-Man when I see him do that. When I just tap the key. Deadlock. Yappa to you too. Who shot at me? Look, a free present. Man, you people are persistent. I don't want to hurt you, I'm trying to save you. Goes from healthy to mummified to a skeleton. Whoa! Did I just backtrack? Well, they brought it upon themselves. Enjoy.
Ищите дальше! Продолжайте поиск! Мы двигаемся! По вашему усмотрению!
They'll die not knowing what on earth hit them. Come on, almost there. Pretty. Ow. Hello. Oh, sorry, did that finally get you? He fell apart. Wasn't exactly trying to blow him to pieces, but okay. Oh, there's Dimichev. I think. No?
This is it. This is where we set history right again. Use the TNT, the Singularity, to open a rift to 1955. Then destroy the reactor with the E-99 bomb. Once the Singularity is destroyed, the truth of history will be restored.
Huh, I was right.
Go on now, Captain. Good luck.
Are you sure? It's gonna be a heck of a rift. Or it'll break containment and destroy. Yep, we tore a hole in reality.
Who's that? There's someone in the chamber. That's impossible. God, you're right. Quick, open the doors. We have to get him out of there. No, stop. He's got a bomb. E-99 bomb. Everyone else, get out of here now.
It's nice knowing you. Unless this is what caused the singularity in the first place. Oh, I really hope it's not.
Have fun on your trip down memory lane, Captain. You look surprised. All that effort to destroy the Singularity when all I had to do was simply rebuild it. Now, give me the TMD.
Don't, Renko. We're missing something, but we can figure it out. We can still set things right.
Why don't I
Only
just...
the victors rewrite the history books. And you, lost.
Can't I just use the TMD on him? Or do that. I would have just said age him, but...
Only the victors rewrite the history books. That's it! The Singularity is not the problem. You went back in time and saved Demichev from being killed in the burning building. Remember?
Yeah, at the very start of the game.
He's what you changed, and he's what you have to change back. You cannot let Demichev live.
It won't work. You've already tried that. And failed. Don't you remember who else was there, Captain Renko? That other man was you.
He's right, Captain.
What other
You
man?
are the anomaly, which means the only way to correct the timeline is for you to stop yourself.
You mean kill himself? You're asking a man to sacrifice himself for something you've been mistaken about. How many times now? I'm not sure you're a reliable authority, Beresov.
Renko, don't listen to him. You can save the world.
So you say. But Captain, think about what you were before all of this. Thrown in the hive. I can offer you a whole other life. Things you could only imagine. At your fingertips. Give me the TMD. And help rule the world.
Is this a world you want to be a part of, Renko? Look around you. Look at all the suffering this man has caused.
No visionary leader is without his critics.
Renko, he is not a leader. He's a mass murderer. A dictator! You must stop him at all costs. Use the TNT on the Singularity. Travel back in time and kill yourself!
Well, that certainly sounds like an attractive offer. Or, you can prove your loyalty to me by killing Borisov. And I will grant you unlimited power. Make your choice, Captain.
At what cost? Am I honestly being given a choice here? Paused it for a second to think. I feel like this is going to be a game with multiple endings, so I'm going to go ahead and make a... I'm going to show all the endings if possible, but first I'm going to make my choice, which is to not trust Goomba here.
My God, he's dead. Captain, you just killed the most powerful man in the world. But this changes nothing. To correct history, you must go back in time and stop yourself from saving Demechev in the burning building.
I feel bad about that. Oh. Oh.
Hammer 2-1, Red Fleet actual. You are now entering Katorga 12 airspace.
Roger that, Red Fleet. Continuing on this vector. ETA to target 3 minutes.
I don't know why they keep making us do this run. It's not like we ever see anything. Military intelligence. What a joke.
Hammer 2-1, maintain present speed and heading.
Something looks different.
I'd never get tired of seeing that.
Wait a second. That was a stat.
Hammer 2-1, false alarm. Repeat, false alarm. Your mission has been scrubbed. Head on home.
Ha! What'd I tell you? There's never anything interesting here. Right, comrade?
Uh-oh. Does that mean Borisov changed the world for the better? Or that he became the new dictator? It's a little ambiguous there. I'm gonna assume that he was a good man. I'm gonna let the credits run, and then after that I'll go back and try for the other endings. But since I'm letting the credits run, I may as well talk. Really like the game. I mean, it's got some very interesting concepts. It's got a few little things in it that I found to be quirky. They didn't really... I feel like they could have had more upgrades and some other things if they'd had, well, I guess if a sequel had ever happened. But it's a game that apparently didn't get a great deal of public notice. I'm trying to think of what the word... I'm reluctant to call games cult classics. It is a game that has a moderate devoted following, but outside of that, from what I've read, it was a bit of an unknown. I do see things that I think were inspired by a number of other games. The Orange and Blue is, to me, a very obvious Portal shout-out. Well, not shout-out. A very clear reference, we'll just call it a reference, from Portal. The energy and health system and the way you pick up the medkits and such really reminds me a lot of BioShock. The upgrade system reminds me a bit of BioShock. the plot and all of the gameplay are very unique and very their own, but the underlying the stuff I just mentioned does feel slightly referential. Reference isn't the word I'm looking for. It feels no, not recycled. I don't know. But yeah, overall, very interesting game. I've got no complaints about anything like that, aside from... No. See, a lot of the things I think would have been interesting would have been more sequel material. It's because always the first game is a little bit more sleek. Not sleek, minimalistic? No. Sequels tend to have more material, so the upgrades and whatnot that I mentioned would have been something that probably would have come up at a... Whoa, would have come up more if there was a sequel. But overall, I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to label that one as the good ending, because I'm assuming that's the good ending. And I rambled quite a bit in the credits. I stumbled over my words a lot just now. Also really enjoying the artwork. And now it looped back to the original art. Because that was the picture from the start of the credits. Since time travel's involved, it's a little difficult to keep track of people. Like Mer 12 didn't come up as much as expected. I figured that Catherine didn't actually get herself killed, given that there was a message on the wall that said not to trust her and all that. I figured that would have popped back up. See, no signs pointed to Barisov being a bad guy, so I'm hoping that him ending up all important and stuff in the ending, that means that he did good, not that he became a dictator. I mean, having a statue doesn't make you a bad person. But no signs pointed to him being bad, so I'm going to assume that to be the good ending, and that he used, like he said, the power of the the DMV. Yes, he used the power of the DMV. Now, he used the TMD to help the world and to change things for the better. I'm hoping / assuming. Good gracious. The DMV. Yes, the Department of Motor Vehicles. That makes perfect sense. I would have liked to have seen more mutated animals, though. It talks about all the flora and fauna being mutated, but the only real example we see are those spiky vines and the tripwire spores, and then the giant spiders. We didn't see rats, birds, dogs. The flying ethereal parasite things weren't fully explained. There's some stuff like that felt a bit out of... Well, not out of place. It was beautifully done. I would have just loved to have seen a bit more build-up onto them and explanation of them. But I guess that's part of the mysterious nature. One thing System Shock 2 did amazingly is every single enemy had an explanation where it came from, what it is, what purpose it serves. Another game that really did good with that was Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve 2 felt like it didn't really know where it was going, and that it was building up towards a sequel that I believe they did eventually make a third game that I haven't gotten to play, but I've heard mixed reviews on it, so I will get around to that eventually. Not for a Let's Play, but just for personal play. I mean, I could do go the emulation route. I don't have a stream box, so any console game I did a recording of would have to be through emulation. I I just don't think enough people would ever watch these to be able to throw the kind of money at a little recording box just yet. If it, if it keeps going, I may someday. Maybe once I'm done with college and can afford things. This is why we can't have nice things. I'm rambling at this point. I'm just kind of rambling on at this point while I wait for the credits to finish. Demonware. I really hope it hasn't looped back on itself. I remember when Populous did that, and I just kept talking, and then I finally realized on the third loop that the credits had just continued. I think it's doing the credits... Nolan North. Ooh, that's a pretty well-known name. Voice recording facility. Would have been neat if there was a queen tick. I mean, I know that ticks don't have a queen and all, but it just... the way the eggs and all were lining the walls, it would have been interesting. Then again, they might not actually be ticks. They didn't latch on and, like, parasite themselves. Which reminds me, that one parasite that was mentioned that attached to people's heads, that I never saw that come up. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a letdown there. I was expecting to find... I guess it was the jellyfish in the tank next to the note. Kind of expected to see it come up later. Never did see that drawing of a mech suit there. I guess that's concept art for the guys with the miniguns and the special armor. I don't remember ever seeing that guy. Then again, concept art. Lots of things in concept art don't make it. Or get changed. That's the fun of concept art. Other concept arts get ideas get kept for sequels. The spiders that ended up in Zelda Skyward Sword had been in the beta stage and concept stage of Twilight Princess, but just didn't get implemented. The things they did and the ideas they used, not specifically the character model themselves. And oh, she survived? Sure, why not? $1953? Don't tell me she got knocked back in time. Well, he did say she got shot, so I guess that's why she's bleeding. She's bleeding out and she's just riding. What is she riding? Don't taunt me like that. Oh, here it is. This is not time, this is aberration, future for our children. Now I'm gonna have to pause that because I couldn't read it quick enough. But that's ending number 1. Next, we'll see how many endings there are. Okay, I actually just stopped recording for a second so I could go pause and read what she wrote. You can pause it in the video if you'd like to read it, but it's the message where Mer 12 said that it had been foretold that the man from 2010 would come back and that he was the one that could fix it. She's the one that wrote the note. She apparently got blasted back to 1955 and wrote that before she died. So, wait. Why do I have the pistol again? Which pistol? I can't switch weapons. Which? Okay, sure.
This is it. This is where we set history right again. Use the TNT Singularity to open a rift to 1955. Then destroy the reactor with the E-99 bomb. Once the Singularity is destroyed, the truth of history will be restored. Go on now, Captain. Good luck.
One thing I find odd, I didn't think about this before, when it showed a map where he had dropped an E-99 bomb on America, it blew a fair chunk of the continent.
That's impossible. God, you're right. Quick, open the doors. We have to get him out of there.
No! No! He's got a bomb!
An E-99 bomb. Everyone out! Get out of here now!
So that's rather weird, because this island shouldn't even exist if an E-99 bomb went off on it. Unless the Singularity absorbed so much of the energy. Well, I guess that's possible too. Kaboom!
Have fun on your trip down memory lane, Captain. You look surprised. All that effort to destroy the Singularity when all I had to do was simply rebuild it. Now, give me the TMD.
Don't, Ranko. We're missing something, but we can figure it out. We can still set things right.
Only the victors rewrite the history books. And you lost.
Headshot.
Only the victors rewrite the history books. That's it! The Singularity is not the problem. You went back in time and saved Demichev from being killed in the burning building. Remember?
I shot him in the head. I just realized he got up after that.
He's what you changed, and he's what you have to change back. You cannot let Demichev live.
It won't work. You've already tried that. And failed. Don't you remember who else was there, Captain Renko?
See, I don't remember that part.
That other man was you.
He's right, Captain. You are the anomaly, which means the only way to correct the timeline is for you to stop yourself.
You mean kill himself? You're asking a man to sacrifice himself for something you've been mistaken about. How many times now? I'm not sure you're a reliable authority, Beresov.
Renko, don't listen to him. You can save the world.
So you say. But Captain, think about what you were before all of this. Thrown in the hive. I can offer you a whole other life. Things you could only imagine. At your fingertips. Give me the TMD.
I shot you in the head.
And help rule the world.
Why are you clutching your chest?
Is this a world you want to be a part of, Renko? Look around you. Look at all the suffering this man has caused.
No visionary leader is without his critics.
Renko, he is not a leader. He's a mass murderer, a dictator. You must stop him at all costs. Use the TNT on the Singularity. Travel back in time and kill yourself.
He has a lot of watches on. I think.
Well, that certainly sounds like an attractive offer. Or you can prove your loyalty to me by killing Beresov. And I will grant you unlimited power. Make your choice, Captain.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna try to do all the endings, but I can't bring myself to shoot Barris off. He's innocent. What happens if I don't shoot either of them? Let's find out. I'm just gonna not shoot either of you and go back in time. I can't shoot Barris off. What happens if I don't shoot anybody? Hello there. What if I just stand here and do nothing? What if I shoot Demichev and not? Oh, it just loops back. This is gonna keep shooting Demichev. Okay, I get the point. I will put a link in the description if I can find somebody else that's done all the endings, but I can't bring myself to shoot Barris
Tower
off.
2-1, Red Fleet Actual, you are now entering Katorga 12 airspace.
Roger that, Red Fleet. Continuing on this vector. ETA to target 3 minutes.
I don't know why they keep making us do this run. It's not like we ever see anything.
There's also a bit of a plot hole. I should have been able to just shoot
Military intelligence.
Not Barris.
What a joke.
I should have been able to have just shot Demichev a bunch of times so that he would fail to save him and then he would survive. Okay, so even if you don't shoot
I never get tired of seeing that.
Demichev. Yeah. Sorry, I just can't shoot Barris off. He's such a good man. Or seems to be such a good man.
Repeat, false alarm. Your mission has been scrubbed. Head on home.
Ha! What'd I tell you? There's never anything interesting here. Right, comrade?
The reference there is that it sounds like a Russian thing to say, calling someone comrade. Stereotypically, I cannot say whether that is or isn't. It's kind of like how everybody assumes that Canadians say a lot. Some parts of Canada say it, some don't. Depends on the person. I have some friends in Canada that do. It's a lot more rare than than people make it seem like that. But anyway, that's the two ending. Well, that's the same ending. That's the ending I'm able to do. The other two endings I know of are to shoot Barris off and let Demichev live, or to shoot both of them. But as I can't bring myself to shoot Barris off, I'm just gonna have to go look it up and see what that looks like. And I will put a link in the description to that if well, I'm assuming the videos are there. If I can't find any, then there won't be a link. But if you're still watching, thanks for watching as always, and I will see you on the next game.